Good morning. Thanks for joining us on the Filipino Journal. I'm Joy Dodds. Joining us today are Terry Vallin and Elaine Velasper of the Filipino Community Center. Guys, thank you so much and so nice to see you again.
Thank you for having us.
It's been how many years you came here?
4 years.
Yeah, 2007. Well, I know a lot has happened since, pero kwentuhan niyo muna kami for those who missed our first show. Tell us about your roles with the FCC and also a backgrounder. What is it about?
I'm the organizational director of the Filipino Community Center. We started in the fall of 2004 and publicly opened the center in December 16, 2004. We got started in response to a big need in the Excelsior community of San Francisco, the neighborhood there. There's a large population of Filipinos there. And it was actually after September 11th and the mass layoff of airport screeners at the 3 San Francisco airports, or San Francisco, Oakland, and San Jose. A lot of the airport screeners at that time lived in the Excelsior neighborhood and other parts of the Bay Area, but they needed a lot of services. And so we were helping them find jobs, new jobs, find housing, file for unemployment, and fight for their jobs back from the TSA. Unfortunately, a lot of them were laid off. They had a big fight to actually against discrimination of the airport screeners based on national origin. And after several years, they actually won that lawsuit, but a lot of them had already moved on. So based on the need of that campaign, we started a community center where people could go and find resources and services with the language and cultural competency that they needed.
Elaine?
I run, women's programs and kind of a women's advocate at the FCC. I got started because I was a volunteer that day before this FCC was started, and even in the very beginning years, just really. From my experience being an immigrant, dating undocumented, talagang mahirap maghanap ng isang space, resources na pwedeng puntahan, maghanap ng trabaho, maghanap ng any other needs. And so really when I saw the FCC, an opportunity to contribute to the FCC, I really was drawn to it, and so volunteered for a few years, and I'm now happy to be staff, working a lot around domestic violence education and prevention, helping young people learn about what healthy relationships are, what domestic violence is, and how to prevent it, and also helping young women kind of do empowerment, and giving culturally relevant advice to young women.
Naalala ko nga you were very active with Babae SF then, right?
I still am, yes. I'm still a member of Babae.
How did you find that passion? Paano ka na-direct doon? You said were you still a student when you were volunteering?
I was still a student.
Okay.
I think, really coming from my own experience and, the hardships my family have gone through, yung hinahanap namin sa buhay when we were immigrants, and, ang hirap talaga ng buhay sa US kung wala ka tulong, if you don't have a network, especially if you don't have other family members in the US. So really, that's what drew me to the FCC. Really trying to provide that network of support, helping people find the resources that they need, and really just being the kababayans, the pamilya here in San Francisco and beyond in the Bay Area. If you don't have that for yourself, and being able to give them a space to connect with other kababayans and just really find where they belong in San Francisco.
So parang second family na rin bang atmosphere sa FCC?
That's really what we tried to create, is a safe place. A lot of the youth were struggling with finding a safe place in their own neighborhood. They were finding trouble at school or getting into trouble out on the streets. But when we first opened the FCC, it was a lot of youth who came initially. Since that time, it's like she said, been families who also a lot of times are isolated. A lot of the parents are working 2 and 3 jobs just to get by. The grandparents are sometimes taking care of the kids, and everybody's struggling just to get by in San Francisco. We wanted to create a space where they could find each other and find community, and that individuals like Elaine and students, others who want to help each other, and that's generally the spirit. Is everybody wants to help each other out. Could find a space to do that at the Filipino Community Center, and we're helping people with a range of issues, from immigration support, workers' rights, helping people find jobs, the domestic violence prevention, substance abuse prevention, and youth leadership development, because we actually want to grow and strengthen our community for the future, so that the young people who are growing up in San Francisco can build community together and really find a way to give back to places like the FCC, but also the community in general.
And later we'll talk about your various programs. So sa age range, I know that you also had ballroom classes before, so that was mostly geared towards seniors. Do you still have those?
We do, and it's really something that's become, it has a life of its own now. We started ballroom dancing kasi maraming mga seniors and elderly na wala silang exercise in a week, and so mas gusto nilang magsayaw.
Maganda.
And so now, every week we still have ballroom, and really it's sayawan siya, but really it's a space for people to just come after work, leave the stress behind at home, leave the stress at work, and come and be with kababayans and just dance the night away, chica chica. But also it's also evolved into something even more deep. It's a place where other kababayans can come and just talk about their issues, or find connections, or ask for help if they're looking for, even something as basic as I'm moving and I need someone to help me move. They can really find that at the ballroom dancing space. So, we didn't think that it was going to be that when we first started, but it's been an amazing growth.
It started with some of the seniors at one of the local churches, Corpus Christi Church. They were doing ballroom dancing once in a while, right? They'd have a big event, but on a more regular basis, they wanted to be able to get together and do those kinds of activities. And so, growing from that, it's gotten to the point where we didn't do it as a funded program or activity. It was something that the community wanted to do. Okay, so we'll find the resources to find volunteer teachers, dance instructors. But now it's at a point where the seniors themselves are the ones running the ballroom dancing Monday nights now.
Oh, how nice. So if it was my first time sa Filipino Community Center, what should I expect, in terms of your staff nyo? Are you run by volunteers as well?
Yes, we do have some staff. We have a lot of staff that provide basic services and connect you with resources that people don't know how to access yet. But really, we're run by the community. We're run by the nanays who come by every day and give food. We're run by the youth who hang out and they help us paint the walls and clean everything. We're run by the young people from the local high schools and colleges who are looking for a place where they can provide services and access resources. I mean, the staff is there, but really, if it wasn't for the community that surrounds us, if it wasn't for the nanays and the youth that come every day and do the things that they do there, we wouldn't have a center that works.
Do you need to be a member?
No, there's not really a membership process. Everybody's welcome to come and be involved in the activities and programs to receive services. The staff are more like facilitators, so helping people to access different services that are available, or we're providing a few direct services, helping people, for instance, find jobs and helping people with their resumes, interview preparation, those kind of things. And then we connect them to legal services, for instance, free legal services for immigration questions, and actually help people file for citizenship, file petitions for family members to come over. But beyond that, we have all of the activities that are involved, so the staff really facilitate that.
Okay, well, we have to pause for a break, but pag-usapan pa natin sa ating pagbabalik. Huwag po kayo alis.